Hello, my name is Collection Connoisseur. I collect digital thingamabobs in video games, and today I'm playing Monster Train. And we're going on another run. This is going to be my 5th run. Last time I won with the Stygian Guard. Ooh, and I unlocked a new clan. I did not realize I had unlocked a new clan. The Wurmkin. The reclusive Wurmkin, these keepers of Titan lore and history bring the power they've stored over millennia of dedicated study and isolation. Okay. There's one more clan in this game than I thought there was. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to play as the new clan. Great. I will play as that clan. What will I use as my allied clan? I don't know. I really do like the Awoken. I guess what I'm going to do is use the Stygian Guard because they're the lowest level. There we go. Lowest level is going to be my clan. And I will stay on Covenant rank 2. This is one more Covenant rank than I've gone on so far. Let's go. The Wurmkin. So, Seraph the Temperant is our boss this time. He has the prideful emblem. Friendly units enter with SAP 3. Okay, so my units enter with SAP 3. Got it. That's not too bad. It means the first couple rounds of the fight will be difficult, but after that, everything will be normal. And then Fel does rage, and the Daedalus nullifies the next source of damage with the plating seal. Okay. Great, let's look at our starting cards. Extract 1. Lose something after you play this card. If you cannot, the card cannot be played. So I guess those things are an additional resource beyond Ember. Charged Echoes. Add this thing by playing infused cards. Can I see what those things are? Worm Tooth. I don't know. So lose something after you play this card. Charged Echoes. Add that thing by playing infused cards. The worm can use that power to power spells and abilities. Whatever it is can exceed whatever, but excess whatever will be removed at the end of the turn. Okay, so infused cards are probably the opposite of extract cards. So I need to infuse to get the resource and then extract to use the resource. I think that's how that works. We'll see. Helical Crystallis. Deal 25 damage to the front enemy unit twice. That seems okay. It's a fair amount of damage, but this does cost 2. And then Soul Siphon. Consume. Fill an empty thing with a full thing. Apply Ember Drain 1 to friendly units. Ember Drain. At the start of turn, you lose 1 Ember for every stack of Ember Drain. Decreases every turn. Ick. So basically, you want to use this on a floor that you do not have friendly units. And then we have a relic. Wormtooth. Clan starter cards are infused. 1 card in each draft pack will be infused. Interesting. Let's look at our starting deck. This is a lot more confusing than what I've seen elsewhere. So we've got the deadweight. We've got what we've just seen that we added. The Frozen Lance comes with the Stygian, but it's infused now. And then Fracture applies Reap 2. Units take 1 damage per stack of that thing after combat ends. Does not decrease. So why is it Reap 2? That confuses me. Alright, this clan seems pretty weird, but I guess we have to keep starter cards because the starter cards are what give us our our worm resource. Not going to take divine boons. I'm confused so far. We're going to stay with what we have. Trader's Quill. When a card with Consume is played, deal 30 damage to the front enemy unit. Volatile Gauge. When you draw any non-champion card, its cost is randomized between 1 and 3. Draw +3 each turn. Okay. That could be quite good. It's pretty bad right now. However, I have played Slay the Spire, and this is very similar to a relic in Slay the Spire, and that relic is quite good in Slay the Spire. Being able to draw 3 each turn is good. The one downside here is that the lowest cost can be 1. So 0 cost cards are always going to cost more than they normally do. Ooh, that makes it a lot worse. Still going to take it. That incentivizes us to take expensive stuff. So every time we strike, we gain that resource. Or Inspire, apply Reap 2 to enemy units. I mean, I think I might just want the extra damage, honestly. And we might really need this resource because I just randomized the cost of all of our cards that gave us the infused stuff. I will turn on this. I think it's important to use the trials early, especially in the first battle. So an armor emblem. Now, oh great, build up charged echoes to empower Wurmkin units and spells on that floor. Oh, it's specific to the floor. Interesting. I wonder if it goes up with the number of spaces you have. Well, it doesn't equal the number of spaces, so maybe not. Play infused cards to add charged echoes to that floor. Okay, so we are going to put this guy out down here, and then all of the rest of our cards, unfortunately, cost a lot. I don't know what Reap 2 means, but the extract means we cannot play the Echo Infusions. So we need to play Fracture in order to get something. Let's play it on this guy. Reap 2. The unit takes 1 damage per stack of that. So why does he get a -4? Oh, he has a Reap 2, and we have one of these. That makes no sense. It says 2 damage, but why does he have a -4 next to this? Maybe it's because, oh, we add 1 echo when he strikes. So it strikes, adds one of these, he's got Reap 2, so he takes 2 damage times 2, so he takes 4 damage. Alright, I think I've got it. Now, the only other thing we can do is do this, which seems like a good thing to do, even though these guys will make it to the top. These guys might deal the Spire damage, the Pyre damage, because, well, we're not playing a whole lot of things. I could put a Train Steward up here. It would defeat... Actually, it won't defeat either of these guys, will it? Okay. That's a problem. I wonder if this defeats 2 of the guys here. Huh. So Ember Drain... Ember Drain is real bad. I'm going to try this. It does defeat 2 of them. That's really nice. And it only cost 1 because of the random cost. Otherwise, it would normally cost more. I think we want to Soul Siphon here and play a Train Steward up here. Get a little bit more money. The Soul Siphon is pretty bad. Oh, it fills it all the way. Oh, that's nice. So that guy's going to take 8 this time. How about that? I think our champion might die. This is kind of a problem. We've got a brief respite before our champion might die. And we can only play one of these cards. These guys are going to deal a total of 3 damage to the pyre, if I'm reading that correctly. And this guy is going to deal a damage to the pyre. So really we should focus on this floor right here, make it not so bad. Which could either be with an Echo Infusion or a Train Steward. I think I'm going to put a Train Steward in front. And then the randomized cost is making this real bad so far, but if I can survive this first battle. Wait a minute, the pyre only took 2 damage. Does the pyre deal essentially sweep damage? Maybe it does. So, this Helical Crystallis is pretty nice here. And that might be it that's nice here. The Fracture, we could apply Reap 2 to Boss Man, which might be good. It's also infused. I think no matter what, we're going to do a Frozen Lance. So let's start with the Frozen Lance. Oh no, the Frozen Lance actually doesn't do enough to defeat these because of the armor 10. So Frozen Lance might not be what we do. We're definitely playing the Helical Crystallis. That will defeat the first 2 enemies. And then we win. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this to see how it works. I want to see if it's going to do basically 6 damage, then 8 damage, then whatever. So it doesn't look like it dealt damage during the fight. All right. Only 2 damage taken. That's not bad with how poor our starting deck was. And we get 3 cards that we can add, which might be real good. Okay, this might be bad. We have to remember that all of these are going to be randomized cost. So is this worth taking, knowing that it will be given a randomized cost? It might be. The armor 2 plus infused might be very good. I definitely don't want these 2. So I'm going to take Shelter. I'm not sure about it. I'm definitely taking this. Oh, you can see the mastered card. This card is mastered, so it has a different border. Anyway, we're taking this because the randomized cost might make it cheaper. And then, what does Etch mean? Triggers when a card is consumed on this floor. Hatch, once all shell is removed, the unit dies, triggering its hatch ability. What does shell do? The end of turn, remove one of the charged infusions from the floor to remove shell. When all shell is removed, a unit will hatch. Okay. That might take a real long time. And then I don't think Cold Celia is going to be good enough. We should skip this. But we really need units, especially units that cost a lot. I think the Wurmkin banner might be where we need to go. And the Merchant of Magic is probably better than the Merchant of Steel right now. So we're going this way. And I am going to plunder the Divine Horde. Lost Luggage. At the start of battle, draw until you have 10 cards. Not bad. Grant +2 stacks of Frostbite each time it is applied. Frostbite does not decay. Oh, that could be amazing if we get Frostbite, which makes me wish I had taken Cold Celia. That could be real good. The Lost Luggage is pretty good too. The Cheater's Hand, I like. I'm gonna take the Cuddlebeard. And then let's see what this has in it first. These are pretty normal things for it to have. Okay, great. Extract 4. Wow, that's terrible. Extract 4 makes this basically unplayable. Revenge, apply, reap 5 to the attacking unit. Okay. Kinhost Carapace. When played, gain 10 attack, 10 health, and one slot per charged infusion, charged echoes. Taking that. Now, I think that upgrading a spell to remove consume and cost +1 would be really good if we have a card that we would want to not have consume on it, because the +1 cost doesn't do anything. Like Shelter. Maybe we could put that on Shelter. And then I do like... See, the Emberstone might not do anything because of Volatile Gauge. So the Surge Stone is something that I want to add to a Frozen Lance. Yeah, I want to add that to a Frozen Lance. Or we could add it to the Helical Chrysalis and add the Eternal Stone to it too. That could be quite good. That could be quite good. Although, adding it here is a way to get rid of the Frozen Lances in the deck. I think that's pretty nice. So, Eternal Stone. Do we want to add that to anything? I said that I wanted to add it to Shelter. So, Shelter is getting its Consume Remove, and the fact that its cost goes up doesn't affect us at all. Love to purge a card. We're missing 5 gold for purging right now. Okay. Threat level medium. The spikes. Ooh, spikes could not be good. I'm gonna turn it on though. So we definitely want the Spine Chief. Unfortunately, this one costs 2, just like it initially cost. I can start with Soul Siphon, actually. Ho-ho, I could start with Soul Siphon right here. That makes that floor have all of the charged echoes that it could have, which means that Kinhost Carapace is amazing here. Ho-ho, look at that. Oh, except that I didn't realize... I thought that would add the space. I didn't think that it would take up the space. Whoops. Definitely read that wrong. Okay, we're going to put the Spine Chief in the second one then. The Kinhost Carapace is doing a fantastic job there though. Oh, we got a Purge card. A Sinner's Burden Scourge, I mean. So the Helical Crystallis is quite good. And I could I could essentially kill this one quite easily with the Fracture. I'm going to do that. So Fracture on this one. So you die. I don't know if you add this to my deck before you die. And we're going to use this to defeat both of them. That gets me 50 money. He did not add it to my deck, so he did die before he got to add cards. Ho-ho. Apply armor 2 to friendly units, so I could apply 10 armor to this dude. And I could extract. So this is infused, so it adds 1, which means I could extract and then add. Extract, and then this should apply 10 armor, right? Because it adds 1? No, it didn't. So it applies the armor before it adds the 1. Interesting. The fact that these guys are behind makes their spikes not very meaningful. I could defeat them. I guess it doesn't matter. When you're already winning, just click the end turn button. There we go. Our giant carapace wins that battle quite effectively. A whole bunch of zero costs. Zero costs are terrible to us. So we're going to skip those. Oh. Crypt Builder. Not only is it infused, but it also is going to have a random cost. Yes. Wonderful. Now I don't care about the Pyre Remains. The Merchant of Steel could be good, but I think I want another Wurmkin banner. And we're going into the Concealed Caverns first to see what we find there. It is a fissure. You've seen cracks like this before, often allowing you to multiply your forces. Okay, so we can copy a card, or we can copy something 5 times. You know what? You know what we're going to do? We're going to copy Crypt Builder 5 times. Yes. I think that's what we're going to do. The other option is the Helical Crystallis. I think I'm going to do the Crypt Builder. We're going to duplicate and have many Crypt Builders. Okay, gaining an artifact. When you play your 3rd spell of the turn, doesn't do much yet, but could do something in the future. When played, your champion gains plus 50% max health. So our champion would be at 60 health. I mean, it's not bad. But I really do like the Forgotten Name, especially now that we've added so many Crypt Builders to our deck. We just need to have a way to get more energy. Things that cost 1 and have shell. Not really what we're doing. I think that we may have chosen this poorly because the Wurmkin seem to have a lot of 0 and 1 cost cards. We'll see how that affects us in the future. So the explosives are bad because they've got a damage shield. Damage shield is real bad. We could play the Soul Siphon again, but we can't afford it with the Kinhost Carapace, which makes it a lot worse. Yeah, unfortunately, there's not a whole lot we can do this turn. We can play a Crypt Builder. Oh, you know what? I did this card wrong before. So it applies 2 armor because it fills it first and then applies the 2 armor. It's just that we only We've got a max of 4. That's why I couldn't add 10 armor. Right. We could play a Crypt Builder here. And that would defeat that one. We could put the Spine Chief here. I think that's what I want to do. It's not great. But it's something. Great, he added the explosive there. I was very worried he'd add it here and we wouldn't be able to do anything. So right now, he is dealing 16 damage, but not a whole lot else is happening up there. I like my Helical Chrysalis. So I could use a Crypt Builder down here, and then use the Helical Chrysalis up here. We wouldn't be putting much of anything else, which is unfortunate, but I think that's still decent. There we go, and there we go. Don't like using the spells to take everything out, because then you're not making a whole lot of progress. We've got 3 1-cost Crypt Builders. And we've got a 2-cost Helical Chrysalis. Well, if we do this, it does something. If we do this, it does something. Finally, we've got 1. Nothing is going to stop this from exploding, because we can't do damage to it twice, which means it's going to explode on our Spine Chief. The Spine Chief is also going to take 4 damage there. I think what we really want to do is add a Train Steward somewhere. And I could add a Train Steward on the 2nd floor, because the 1st floor seems to be not the place. Not the place for Train Stewards. The Crypt Builder would save 4, but it would prevent charged echoes from being put up here. I'm going to put a Train Steward here. If we get our armored dude again, we can place him on the bottom. We did get him. We could place him on the bottom. He would take up the whole bottom, which is kind of what we expect from him. On the other hand, we could use a Crypt Builder. We could destroy everything on the bottom instead of placing our giant guy. Our giant guy would get a little bit of damage, but he would defeat the front one. Let's go. We have a giant carapace yet again, infused by the echoes. He's taking 16 damage this turn. So up here, we're not taking much damage. We're also not doing much. We're not even defeating the front one. But what I really want to do is use the Reap on Daedalus here. Unfortunately, we can only play 1 card. Could add armor to our guy. That might be worth it more. Yeah, that's probably worth more in the end. Oh, we did get the 10 because it gets removed at the end of the turn. Interesting. Still learning how this particular plan works. It's a lot more special, a lot more complex than the other plans we've used. Now, we are not winning. Not winning is not great. What can we do to change that? Not a whole lot. I could play the Helical Chrysalis. I kind of want to do that up here, because if I do that up here, then those two don't get to the Pyre Room. However, I don't know that the second floor is going to do anything better against Daedalus than the first floor. So if I can do something on the first floor to do a bunch, it would be quite helpful. I can't fit Trained Stewards there. I can't buff my guy. Alright, well, that kind of calls it. We're going to do a Crypt Builder down here to deal some damage to him. And we're going to do the Helical Chrysalis. I'm going to do that up here. Okay. The boss is making it past floor 1. And he's only getting 35 damage here right now. We could hit him for 60 immediately. The Reap 2 doesn't seem great because it has to wait until combat ends, which is not how I read it the first time. Almost definitely we're playing a Crypt Builder. Let's play a Crypt Builder. Okay. Now what do we do? He's only taking 35 because he's defeating each of our guys. He's defeating these guys in a total of 3 hits. If I do an Echo Infusion on the Spine Chief, we would deal him... take him 3 hits instead of 2 hits, so we would essentially do 25 more damage to the boss if I did this Echo Infusion. I think so. Let me think about that a little bit more. It would make it 26... Yes. This would essentially do 25 damage. We could do 60 damage instead of 25. Or we could do 25 twice. So I think the best thing that we have is unfortunately a Crypt Builder. And we're not winning on the second floor either, and we have no units left. However, 1 Crypt Builder seals his fate. We're winning entirely with spells. Not the best way to build a deck, I think. Apply 4 times Reap to enemy units. 4x Reap. If we had Frostbite, this would be amazing, right? Because it would cost less than 3 almost all the time. Don't think I want an X spell. I'm going to take this with the hope that we'll get something with Frostbite. What does Etch mean? Triggers when a card is consumed. So even though this gives Frostbite, which is exactly what I want, this unit I think we really need. I think we need this unit badly. And then we definitely need more Ember. Seem to build decks that need Ember. And then what? The Unstable Vortex would be quite nice. Duplicating a card... I think we need to go to the left side. So step 1, I'm going to see what the Merchant of Magic has. We can remove Consume from another card. We can use a Power Stone. Power Stone is the only thing that really helps there, plus the Purge. And then I think we want to upgrade our champion. The Multi-Strike is quite nice. That's fine. You know what? We're gonna take Multi-Strike. Multi-Strike on our Spine Chief. And then I guess the one we know the least about is the Stygian Banner. Incant. I like Incant, but don't think I like many of these. This one might be good, applying the spell weakness. It might be good, but I really don't like taking 1-cost cards right now, so we're gonna skip. Remove 2 cards. The cards that I want the least are the cards that have probably the Echo Infusions. The Echo Infusions are something, though. The Frozen Lances are particularly bad. I'm going to take out a Frozen Lance and an Echo Infusion. The 0-cost cards are quite bad in this deck. 3-cost cards are great, though. We can purge another card. I think we're going to take a Power Stone. And we're going to add... Ooh, plus 10 magic power. I just realized the Attuned... 110 magic power. Alright, it added 50. Wonderful. I'm going to re-roll once. Freeze Stone. I don't think I want a Freeze Stone. I do like Surge Stone. I do like purging cards. Let's put a Surge Stone on another Frozen Lance, so the Frozen Lances are just better. And they get consumed. So the Frozen Lances in our deck get consumed. And we're going to purge an Echo Infusion. And I want to purge maybe 2 more times? Maybe. I think this is actually not terrible in our deck. The Train Stewards are pretty bad, though. Do I purge again? I think I'm going to purge... I want the Fracture to be good. I'm going to purge another Train Steward. Okay. Let's see how that does. Non-boss enemies enter with Spikes 4. You know, if we're winning with spells primarily, Spikes 4 doesn't do much. So I'm going to turn it on. Highly questionable. So, we have some Crypt Builders. Ooh, we've got our First of Kin. So I'm gonna put the First of Kin on the 2nd floor. I wish I had one more space because I want to put a couple things up there. Well, we could do it on the 1st floor. The First of Kin could go on the 1st floor, or the Spine Chief could go on the 1st floor. I think the First of Kin is going to go on the 2nd. The Spine Chief is going to go on the 1st. And then we're going to destroy. And I think I want to do this so it consumes the card. Great. Ho-ho, that collector is getting destroyed. We can play up to 2 cards if we play only 2-cost cards. Well, we could play Shelter. It only applies 6 armor. I think that card is a lot worse than I was hoping it would be. I don't like this one. This one is the problem one. We could use a Crypt Builder to put this one behind him, but that still doesn't really get rid of the problem. Can we play him here? I wonder if we can play him there, because he technically doesn't fit, right? Because he's going to get +2 slots taken. I'm going to try it. Ho ho! Units can only be summoned on a floor if it has enough capacity. We took an extra slot with him. How interesting. Now he's dying, unfortunately. So that wasn't actually a good thing to do, but I learned a thing. We can actually take up more slots than the game says we can take. So we're definitely doing this. This will save a lot of health on our big guy here. Then we could do a Crypt Builder down here. We could do Soul Siphon somewhere. I think what I want to do is a Crypt Builder that pushes him to the back, and then we can Frozen Lance the front one, and then we get extra magic power. I think that we want to, well, I guess I'll do this because I can, but I don't think it does anything. The shelter's interesting. Crypt Builder just destroys this guy. Let's start with that. Crypt Builder destroys. And then Shelter would apply 12 armor, which would mean we would take a little bit less damage. Everything else seems pretty bad, so let's do the Shelter. And a brief respite. I wonder if we can do something with this brief respite. No? Doesn't seem like it. I mean, we can add a Train Steward. I think adding a Train Steward on the first floor would be useful. Do I want to put him in back or front? Kind of want him in front, because he's just a meat shield. And then up here, I can use the Crypt Builder to make a charged echo. Oh, this is only when things are consumed. Never mind. There's nothing that's helping up there. But we can do a couple more things so that we get our magic power up by 1. Now, we're not winning currently. This Crypt Builder is very good. But then what? If we use this Crypt Builder, we can't do much else. We could do Shelter for both of these guys. Actually, both of them getting sheltered is pretty interesting. I think I like that. So Crypt Builder first, 120 damage. And then if we use a Shelter here, we win. Great. Just allowing our meat shield to survive a little bit made that more possible. Well then, we are winning. Hell's Banners. It's the artifact. When you summon a second unit during a turn, gain 3 Ember. Ho ho! That could be quite nice. Consume, apply, reap 13. That seems good. That seems good. I'm going to take that one. Soul Cripple. I could take another Hoarfrost Effigy. I mean, it might eventually be good, but right now it's pretty bad. I'm gonna take another one because that could be my eventual win condition. It could be. On the left path, we get to go to a Merchant of Magic in an Unstable Vortex. Otherwise, a Merchant of Steel might be very nice to go to. I'm gonna go on the right path. And I am not going to go to the Divine Temple. Sealed Caverns. The historian approaches the open door with several large books in the back of his strange carriage. My time in hell has granted me access to the records of so many fascinating clans. The pages have lost their value. However, as I've memorized their contents, I have records of the Awoken, Stygian Guard, and Wurmkin at your disposal, though I can only bear to part with one for now. Which clan's tome will you take? Oh, consume apply quick. Consume apply silence. That one's pretty bad. Return 5 consumed spells to the top of your draw pile. What are the consumed spells? I think the consumed spells are primarily the Frozen Lances, which I don't actually want back. I guess the Soul Cripple. The Quick is quite nice. Quite nice, though. I think I will take this one. Good luck. May the pyre protect us in our journeys. A studious mind is a strong mind. That Quick might be very good. It might save a lot of health on units. We'll see. Rationing scales. Before each battle, set the pyre health to 50. Yeah, I don't like that. Improved firebox, though. This could be amazing in this particular run. So we could get a large stone. I have to remember that I can't put it on the Spine Chief. I could put it on the First of Kin. I think I will. So the large stone on the First of Kin. And then I think I want both of those. Just a question of which one I put which on. The First of Kin could get even more. The Kinhost Carapace, though. What if it had a whole lot more health? I think I'll give it more health. And then the Strength Stone will go to the First of Kin. Great. Our units take up so much space, by the way. I don't know if we're doing this right. The Mark of Invasion could easily deal tons of damage to our pyre. I'm not going to do that. Or actually... Ho-ho, I do have the improved firebox. But the Sycophant is probably going to be the one that appears on each unit, on each floor. I think this is going to deal some damage to the pyre, but I think that's all it's going to do. Some damage to the pyre. And I was right about it being the Sycophants. Ho-ho, the First of Kin, and the Spine Chief. So when these units die, the other ones on the floor get +2. So actually killing any of these, unless I kill all of them. If I kill all of them, then it's good. If I don't kill all of them, then the pyre is going to take just as much damage as if I didn't kill any. So let's not worry about those. We could kill all of them on the bottom floor and then place the Kinhost Carapace there. How much can I play? I can play this one. I don't care about this one. So 0, 1, 2, 5, 7, 8, 11. I can play every card except for the Hoarfrost Effigy. So if I'm going to play every card, where would I like to play each card? I would like to play a card down here, the First of Kin, and then I would like to play the Kinhost Carapace and just ridiculously take up the space there. So we're going to do that. The First of Kin goes here first. And then we are going to... We're going to Crypt build, and then Crypt build, I think. Yeah. Crypt build, and then Crypt build. That puts a whole bunch of those echoes, which means now when we play this, I'm going to put it in the back, I think. Maybe in the front. Front. So, there we go, and we got extra energy. We can play the Hoarfrost Effigy as well. So if I killed these two, then these would get additional attack. Each of them would get up to 6, and it would be doing even more damage. So I think I want to put the Spine Chief here, but then not kill any of these. I think that's how I want to do it. I could do this here so that less of them actually make it. I will do that. And then I guess we're going to kill 2 of these. And like I said, he's doing the same damage as he would have otherwise. And then we'll do this for fun. Great, we played every single one of the cards. Alright, that Mark of Invasion actually did not hurt us much at all. The Wildwood Tome seems really nice. The Wildwood Tome seems nice. Unfortunately, I don't have a Crypt Builder, because what I really want to do down here is Crypt Builder this one, and then defeat both of those. But I don't have that option. Can we defeat them with just spells? We could. The Frozen Lance plus the Helical Chrysalis would defeat this one, I think. Yes. No, that doesn't defeat him. How about that? So maybe down here we don't do anything. And what we do instead is we add Quick to something. I think I'm going to add Quick. I want to add Quick everywhere. But honestly, it doesn't do anything this turn, so I'm going to do it so it does something next turn. The Reap doesn't do anything for me right now. Most of these don't really do much of anything for me right now. I'm going to do the Frozen Lance. And that means we've got a whole bunch of those, which means if we do Shelter, we apply Armor 10. Yeah. And I didn't take care of that guy. Probably should have taken care of that guy. He's going to deal 8 damage to the Pyre. I just care so little about little chip damage on my Pyre. I don't think I lose from chip damage. I lose from lots of big damage. So we don't have the super special Crypt Builder in our hand, but we have normal Crypt Builders, which are still quite nice. These two die before they do anything, so the bottom is the only one that matters. Let's do a Crypt Builder. And then let's do a Crypt Builder. And then, should we do another Crypt Builder, or should we do this? We should do this one. Great. That gives us +1 magic power, because we played 3 spells. We are not winged, we are stronger. I mean, not strong enough though, right? So a Crypt Builder would take out the front one, and then another Crypt Builder would take out that one. Unfortunately, the first Crypt Builder costs 3. Still, seems like the best thing that we can do, unless we care about magic power more than defeating these units. I think I care about defeating the units. Okay. A brief respite. What can we do with our brief respite? Not a whole lot. Seems like all we can do is play 3 spells. And we can't play that one unless we want the armor more than we want the magic power. I think I want the magic power. So, 1, 2, 3. That gives us a magic power. Final wave. We already win in the final wave, so click and turn and win. How about that? That went really well, actually. I mean, it's still going. There we go. Win. We took 14 damage, though. I guess that didn't go really well. We took 14 damage. So, I'm going to mostly ignore 0-cost cards. Deal 5 damage to enemy units per echo. That doesn't seem that great. I mean, it deals it to all enemy units, though. I guess that's not terrible, because it does it to all enemy units. That gets rid of the small enemy units in the back. This is pretty bad, though. So we're going to just skip there. Now, we could duplicate a card on the left. We could use a Merchant of Magic on the right and remove 2 cards. Let's go right. So, that's the easy one. Merchant of Magic. Haha, upgrade a spell with +10 magic power. What does Holdover do? When played, this card is placed on top of your draw pile next turn. Ho-ho! I like that. We're going to place this one on the Crypt Builder that we've already upgraded. And we're going to place this one on another Crypt Builder. There we go. Very nice. What else is over here? Removing 2 cards. Okay. Let's re-roll, see if we get any other good ones. Yes! We got another Power Stone, which we can put on another Crypt Builder. Eternal Stone. Do we have a Consume card that we want to play multiple times? Potentially Soul Cripple? Oh, potentially the Wild Tome. Wildwood Tome. Yeah, the Wildwood Tome, we can quicken more than 1 unit. Great. And now we remove 2 cards. What do we want to remove? We could remove the Hoarfrost effigies, because they've done nothing. Or I could remove Train Stewards, which are still pretty bad. I think I want to remove Train Stewards, but there's a reason not to. because we have something that cares about us playing units. Still going to remove Train Stewards. We're going all spells. not quite all spells. Fell the Wings of Light. Alabaster Guardians have multi-strike. Fell empowers units with rage. We've seen that before. Now, let's draw all 3 of our units again. We drew all 3 of our units again. Unfortunately, this one costs 3, but that one costs 1. So ignoring the Hoarfrost Effigy, because that still hasn't done anything. 1, so this is 0, 3, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. We can play everything. If we can play everything, we're going to start with a Soul Siphon so that it doesn't hit any of our units. And the question is where? Ho-ho, we could put it where the Kin Host Carapace is going, which is probably at the bottom. Yeah, I think that would be quite nice. I don't like how we're going to take damage on it this turn. Oh, we can actually play Crypt Builder to defeat this one. Never mind. So let's ignore the floors up there for now. And what we're going to do is play Soul Siphon here to fill up that. And then we're going to play First of Kin. We can play the Spine Chief here. It's going to be on the 2nd floor. And then we want the Crypt Builder here first. So the Crypt Builder, that adds another one of these echoes. And then I guess the Frozen Lance. Do we want that before this? No, because this would add +5, but if we play this before with the Infused, it would add 10 and 10. 10 attack and 10. So I am going to do that. And then what? If we play this one here too, which I will, we're going to put it on this one, so he dies. Then we get to play the Kin Host Carapace for a ridiculous amount. Bam. It has 90 strength. And then this does nothing. Okay, so other than the Hoarfrost Effigies, which still do nothing in the deck, and I might remove them later, our deck is doing quite nice things. So this Crypt Builder, if we play it, it gets put back on top. That does make me want to play it. We can only play up to 3 things this turn. And I also want to play the Wildwood Tome, because giving this guy quick would be quite significant. So maybe I won't play 3 things. Maybe I'll only play 2. So I'm considering 2 things. One is I play a Crypt Builder, that destroys this guy. And then I play 2 spells. Probably these 2. Or actually this one and then this one. So I could do that. That would cause us to hit Fell the Wings of Light with quite a lot. Or I could play the Crypt Builder, defeat this one, and then play Wildwood Tome, giving one of these guys quick, which is something I do want for the future. So one thing gives me the magic power, the other thing gives me quick. So I either get magic power and I deal damage to Fell the Wings of Light, or I get quick on one of these. Either way, I'm not taking any damage. Hard choices. I think I'm going to choose the quick option, because the quick option I think is quite good. I think that sets us up a little bit more for the future than the other option does, even though it deals more damage and increases our magic power. Alrighty then, what are we doing this time? Where's our one? You. You are costing 2 again. Don't like that you cost 2. But you know what? I want to keep drawing you. The infused I probably want to do here. I could do a Crypt Builder at the top in order to deal damage to the Alabaster Guardian there. Or I could do it down here so that we get more... Oh, this is the wrong one. Whoops. The other option is we apply 13 Reap to fell the Wings of Light. I think that I want to do a Crypt Builder up here and just this one so it consumes up here. That gives us a magic power, and that's basically it. We basically spent that turn getting a magic power. Which is not nothing, but it's not a whole lot. The Ancient Resonance does 20 damage, 22 damage. Not significant. The Crypt Builder, however, does 120. So let's do a Crypt Builder. If we hit this guy once, then he dies with the quickness. Yes, I think I want to just hit him a couple times. So, hit him, and then we can actually do this, so we do the max damage against the boss. This turn. Okay, nothing's happening on the bottom. Do we have... Yes, we could apply Reap 2 to the boss, and I think I would like that. Anything else we can do to the boss? 125 damage. Seems pretty nice. Can't play 3 spells. So 125 damage, and we add Reap 2 to the boss. So the boss just starts taking damage. I like applying the Reap 2 to the boss because we tend to have a lot of these charged echoes lying around. We could add another quickness to someone. We always want to play this Crypt Builder. So let's do that. I don't think another quick does a whole lot. And Soul Cripple does a ton against the boss. Yes. The boss is now taking 140 damage this turn. Okay. This one is not yet dying. We want to play this Crypt Builder. Always. And then we want to play this Shelter down there. So what we could do is play another thing to apply more Reap to the boss here. So it just takes a bunch of damage there. And then use Shelter. I like it. I feel like the deck actually works now. I don't know why it didn't work before, but it definitely works now. And we're winning. We win, so click the end zone button. What could we do to improve our deck? I think another good unit would help. Spike of the Stygian might help, actually. Echoes of the Past isn't bad. Spike of the Stygian would make our Hoarfrost effigies a lot better. So I'm going to take it. Even though I haven't taken it in the past, I'm taking it now. Bell's Remorse. We definitely need it. We need all of the energy that we can get in this deck. seems to be how I build decks. So there's a Merchant of Trinkets on the right. Otherwise, we could get a free artifact and a Merchant of Steel. How many upgrades can we add to our units, though? Because we've fully upgraded the First of Kin. We could upgrade the Kin Host Carapace again. And that's all of our units. We've got 3 units total in the deck. I don't know. I think it's still better than paying for probably 1 artifact, getting some money and a free artifact, and then doing 1 upgrade in the Merchant of Steel. So, Light's Gift isn't bad. Spells get an extra upgrade slot. I like that. I like that a lot. It's not doing anything yet, but it's doing something soon. Multi-Strike 2. I do like my Multi-Strike. We could also get Inspire, Apply, Reap 2. Which does something. But the Multi-Strike 2, especially because we have Quick in our deck, I do like my Multi-Strike, let me tell you. Upgrade a unit with Incant, gain armor 2. Don't really care about Endless that much. So this Runestone, I think I'm going to use the Runestone on this Carapace. We tend to use spells in the same room as him. And then I would love to purge a card. I'd love to purge a card. But which card? The Deadweight? That's what I want to. I want to purge that one, but you can't. The Fractures are quite bad. The Soul Siphon is actually somewhat decent. So it could be a Fracture that I get rid of. I think I'm going to leave and make that decision in the future. Too hard of a decision right now. Non-boss enemy units restore all health when they move up a floor. No. We have made that mistake before. I don't think it's worth the 400 gold. We did not draw... Oh yes, we did. We drew all 3 of our units again. How about that? And we can play everything, because we've got the Deadweight. So the Deadweight actually makes it pretty bad. So, Spine Chief goes up here. And then we go crazy down here. First of Kin. Unfortunately, we don't have many Infuse this time. We've got the Crypt Builder, which does Infuse. The Crypt Builder does do Infuse. So this one's actually pretty sad this time. Maybe I should wait and play it later. I think I am going to wait to play it later, so that it gets more attack and health. Very sad. I like playing that unit early. Anyway, since we can't, we won't bother. I do like taking out every collector. Now, Spike of the Stygian is basically here for boss enemies, which is not what we're facing right now. Soul Cripple consumes, don't like that. You grant multi-strike, which is not what I like. We can use a Crypt Builder, and we can use a Frozen Lance. That doesn't quite take out the front one, though. So I guess what we're going to do is deal the damage we can. And consume the Frozen Lance, because we don't really like the Frozen Lance. Oh, right! I forgot that the Crypt Builder put him in the back. That actually is much more worthwhile than I thought it was. And then we're going to use one of these fractures, simply so that we gain a magic power. The Wildwood Tome is here. We still have to go through our deck once more before we get our other unit back. The Helical Crystallis is pretty nice. I think we'll start with that. And then we want a Crypt Builder. We want this one, I think. And then we could play another Crypt Builder. I actually really want the Wildwood Tome played, though. This will make it so that we only take 8 damage, but this does not die. We'll probably kill him next turn with a spell, though, honestly. Ho-ho, this Crypt Builder only cost 1. Excellent. Let's use it. Puts him in the back, which is where we want him. And then what? We're definitely going to apply Quick to our Multi-Strike 3. And then we're going to do damage with Crypt Builder. And then, I guess, Fracture. Fracture's going to do a little bit of damage back there. A brief respite. We finally get to play our Carapace. So what we want to do is play as many infused cards as we can on the bottom before we play the Carapace. That's not going to be much. Yeah, that's not going to be much. We can basically play a Crypt Builder, the Shelter, and then the Kinhost Carapace. It's something. So that one, the Shelter, which applies 12 armor, and then the Kinhost Carapace, which gets a bunch of attack and defense. And fills up a whole bunch of slots that don't exist. Great, final wave. We are not winning. We are not winning by far, actually. However, that's partially because of the multi-strike here. And we can do something about that. For one, this destroys that back one. We definitely want to play Crypt Builders. Yeah, let's play a Crypt Builder to start this off. There we go. Now we're doing a bunch more damage. The Ancient Residence defeats this one. So let's play that. And then we can play 2 more Crypt Builders, which do damage, but not enough for us to win, I think. Yeah, not enough to win this turn, but we're going to win next turn pretty easily, I think. So he's got 176 health. That's not that much, especially when this does 135. So, there we go, we win. The Conduit Masters are down. Only a 2-turn boss rush, but I still feel pretty confident about it. 3 0-cost cards. And I don't really want any of them. Skip. Offering. Deal 5 damage to enemy units and apply Frostbite 12. Yes! This is one of the things that we wanted to see. Titan's Tooth. I didn't know it existed, but I wanted to see it. There's a Merchant of Magic, which is quite good because we made it so that our spells have an extra upgrade slot. I don't mind duplicating cards. I think I don't mind taking this artifact. Oh, we're at the last one. Oh man. We're already at the last battle. Maybe I don't want an artifact. I am going to go left because I want to go to the Merchant of Magic. And what are we going to do? That one's easy. There's a Merchant of Magic and a Merchant of Trinkets, and we can remove 2 cards. Let's remove 2 cards. So, the 2 cards that I want to remove are probably Fracture and Soul Siphon. Soul Siphon is only good if we draw it on the first turn. That's a good reason to get rid of it. And then I think that I want to remove 1 Fracture. The other option is the Helical Crystallis. The nice thing about Fracture is if we put it on the boss will take damage over and over again. But I don't think that's good enough. Let's remove 1 of them. So, Merchant of Trinkets and Merchant of Magic. Let's see what the Merchant of Magic has. Has a Surge Stone, has a Keep Stone. I might want both of those. Merchant of Trinkets. The base charge is quite nice. Add 2 charged echoes. What's a Notice Stone? When a card with Consume is played, all cards gain +1 magic power for the rest of the battle. How many Consume cards do we have? We have 2, 3, 4. We've got 4 Consume cards. That's essentially like taking a +4 magic power eventually. It's not bad. When you first summon your champion, gain a random unit card. Gain a random unit card? So we could get a unit in our hand? Weird. That's probably not that great. And the base charge is pretty nice. I could get the base charge and the Notice Stone and forgo upgrades. That's one option. Or I could get only the Surge Stone upgrade, which gives another thing Consume. Okay, that's what I'm doing. Base charge plus Notice Stone. And that gives us exactly enough, well, not exactly enough, but enough to get the Surge Stone and add Consume to another card. I think I want to add it to one of the Helical Crystallis. So the fact that we've got 3 slots actually didn't help at all because I spread the upgrades around. So unfortunately that one didn't do anything for me, but it could have. Okay, Seraph the Temperant. Prideful Emblem, friendly units enter with SAP 3. You know what? That doesn't affect my units that much. I'm not worried about that. My units are really big and chunky. We got all 3 of our units, which means because of this we have 3 more Ember. That doesn't do a whole lot, but it's kind of nice. And do we want to do our normal thing where we play a whole bunch on the bottom floor with these 2? I think so. So the Spine Chief is going to go here, like we normally do. And he does have enough to deal some damage. And then the First of Kin is going to go down here first, like usual. And then we want to play as many of these cards as makes sense down here. So the Crypt Builder is a definite, because that pushes him to the back. What is that unit anyway? Dark Wings? Gains armor 15 when a unit dies. Kinda sad, but oh well. We will play Frozen Lance. This consumes, which gives us magic power. That's nice. And then I am going to play Shelter down here. So that adds one more. I could play Infused to make him bigger, but I kind of want to play Infused on the boss. The Fracture, I mean. Would I rather have him have 10 more attack and health, or would I rather have the boss take a little bit of chip damage every turn? I think the answer is we want the Kinho's carapace to be bigger. Let's make him bigger. And we are going to do Soul Cripple on the boss. Apply Reap 13. So the boss is going to take damage every turn. A fair amount of damage every turn, actually. Depending on where the boss is. Like down here, the boss is going to take a bunch of damage. Don't like that the Wildwood Tome costs 3. That's not great. Yeah, this is not great. I could do... I think I want to do Crypt Builder, the lower cost Crypt Builder, then Helical Chrysalis to kill those two. Deal 8 damage to enemy units and apply Frostbite 12. So that would actually kill both of these, because it deals 8 damage to the enemy units. Huh. That's not bad. Let's actually do that. So the Titan's Tooth applies Frostbite to the boss as well. And Frostbite does not decay, so the Frostbite is going to take even, or the boss is going to take even more chip damage over the course of this. And then you are doing a little bit of damage to my dude. Don't really care about that too much. So we're going to spend the rest of mine on Spike of the Stygian on the boss. So the boss just takes more and more damage every turn. I like it. Seraph went to the top. The top is unfortunate because we don't have anybody up there. We don't have the capability of putting anybody up there. So we can play the Ancient Resonance, which would take out all of the back ones here. I like that. That would save a lot of damage. So we're going to do that. And then what? I want to play a Hoarfrost Effigy on the boss, definitely. So the boss has 48 Frostbite, and we can continue doubling it during the battle, because we have more Hoarfrost Elegies. And then we could play a Crypt Builder on this guy, or we could play it on the boss. If we did it on the boss, it's 130 damage. Or we could play it on this guy so that he dies. I don't know. I think I'd rather do it on the boss. And that gives us magic power, which is good. Alright, what do we want to do now? We can play Hoarfrost again. Ho-ho! We can play Titan's Tooth, and then play Hoarfrost Elegy. Let's look at what is happening at the bottom floor, though. not enough for me to not want to do things on this floor. So Titan's Tooth does this. And then Hoarfrost Elegy doubles the 60. It actually takes it away from this guy. Whoops. Actually takes this away from this one, adds it to the boss, and then doubles it. Alright. Boss is taking damage every turn. We have a little bit of things left that we can do. I think what we want to do is maybe this one, because this one would defeat the back one, which means we take less damage. Playing the Crypt Builder is really nice because it deals a ton, but this one takes out the one that's dealing damage to our units, which I think is pretty important. I just realized that we're getting sapped over and over again. Oh, Seraph the Temperant keeps sapping our units. Ick. Okay, well anyway, he's taking 183 damage, and we're going to double that again. Here we go. 327 now. Now, we're taking damage this turn. I don't like that. Applying Quick would be really nice on our multi-strike unit right there. I think we're going to do that. Then what? We could play 2 Crypt Builders. Actually, we can't afford 2 Crypt Builders up there. Let's consider playing something here, which defeats this one, which is this. And then we could do Shelter on the bottom floor. I think that's good. Don't like that those two are kind of getting to the top, but I don't think it's that important. I care more about the damage to my units than the small guys getting to the top. Oh, you're taking 340 damage this turn, I see. Would we like to double that again? I think we do. What else can we do? Those top 2 would make it to the Pyre Room and deal it some damage. I really want to play Hoarfrost Elegy. The problem is I also want to play Ancient Resonance down here. And that would take up the entire turn. On the other hand, I could play a couple of Crypt Builders, which would take out most of the enemies here, and still play the Hoarfrost Effigy. Okay, let's do that. So Hoarfrost Effigy, we are defeating the boss with Frost. And then we're going to play a Crypt Builder, this particular Crypt Builder, here. And then we're going to play another Crypt Builder to just take out that one, I think. Alternatively, we could play it there to take out that one. Both of them are doing 20 damage to a unit. So both of them are a good idea. I think we're going to do this one. And you guys are just going to die from the Pyre. Oh well. Pyre health is going to go down, but the boss is also going to go down. I think the boss cannot win, actually. Like, I can't lose anymore because of the amount of frostbite I put on the boss. Does the boss lose this turn? Oh, it does. I think that means we win. I think I just won right there. I'm gonna play out the rest of the turn. So we're doing that. I don't think I care too much more about those. I'm going to do this up here. And then a Crypt Builder. Alright, let's see what happens when you win. I got the achievement Sans Seraph. Defeat Seraph before his combat phase. Alright. Not only did I win, I won before the final turn of the battle. That feels really good. And it makes me glad that I took those Hoarfrost effigies early on, even though they did nothing for several of the battles. Great. That's also my first win on Covenant Rank 2. So now we go to Covenant Rank 3, as well as my first win with Wurmkin Clan. It's my first game as the Wurmkin Clan. Oh, and we've mastered more cards. All right. The Wurmkin level up to level 2. Echo Snare. Consume, apply, reap 2 to enemy units. Seems okay. I didn't really get a feel for the Wurmkin because the cards cost more than 0 most of the time. I think they're supposed to cost 0. One additional card in each draft pack will be infused. Okay. And Wurmkin level 3. Extract 3, apply melee weakness 3. I don't think that's great. Increase the amount that you can save each turn by 1 on each floor. Not too bad. And we did not get to Stygian Guard 4, actually. Alright. So, our win streak increased by 1 in the Imp Cup. And new personal record, 400 cards drawn. My previous best was 344. And that went really smoothly for the first run with the Wurmkin clan. I'm quite happy about that, as well as my first win on Covenant 2. So, great. In this episode, I discovered the Wurmkin clan and earned their first 3 levels. I also earned a new achievement and mastered 11 more cards, though I still have not mastered the Train Steward. And one of the new mastered cards is an Awoken card, even though I did not play with that clan this time. I simply must highlight the Kinhost Carapace, who can fit on your train as long as you have 1 seat available, even though once you do, its girth spills over onto several other seats, which might be uncomfortable to other passengers. Crypt Builder I highlighted in the previous episode, but I must again, since I had 6 of them in today's deck. Under Artifacts, the Volatile Gauge was the most defining element of the run, and Improved Firebox is the 3rd artifact I've taken into 10 or more battles. For enemies, I am highlighting 2 more enemies for which I've gotten my first kill, Dark Wings and Sower of Sorrow. The Sower of Sorrow is particularly important because I lost a previous run during a Sower of Sorrow battle. Please check out my detailed tracking sheet, there's a link in the video description. New episodes every Saturday, and thanks for watching.